All right, Blake Walley, New American Media. Just wanted to do a little follow-up on what's going on with this whole Russia interfering with everything fiasco. So this intelligence report has come out saying that, Russia is involved somehow with, messing up with the election, of course, looking for any excuse. Of course, there's no proof that they actually did anything as far as messing with the election. The only thing that they were absolutely able to conclude was that Russia basically wanted Trump to win, which is no surprise since Hillary was pushing for war, meddling around with Syria, getting involved there. Not a good idea, obviously. So we've had a few of these incidents before. Trump has pointed it out. Why are we trusting anonymous sources in the intelligence community when we've had this problem with weapons of mass destruction? There's been several other instances, like the Lusitania, for example. That was probably set up to get us into World War I. It's also debate, without getting into too much of the history here, just to keep this brief. There's also the possibility that Pearl Harbor was allowed to happen to get us into World War II. Of course, it's been declassified that we got into the Vietnam War because of the staged Gulf of Tonkin incident, and maybe even an assassination of the president. JFK may have also led up to that. So, and what else? Yeah, the WMDs. So, what's next? Now we're going to just blame Russia for supposedly being involved because the Democrats were embarrassed about the WikiLeaks. Of course, they don't want to talk about the contents. That would be embarrassing. No, it's about, maybe Russia did it. Now, they did have 20,000 or so via Guccifer of the emails, but that was through Hillary's private server. There's nothing to suggest they had anything to do with the DNC leak. That was likely caused from something inside, and probably even Seth Rich, which was alluded to as a DNC staffer by Julian Assange. Of course, the liberal media would rather play the game of Julian Assange as somehow a part of this Russian conspiracy, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But that's how dangerous of the this has gotten, and how absurd and ridiculous. And the mainstream media, of course, destroying their own credibility by trying to push that narrative to try to keep the establishment in power. But it wasn't enough, and so now it's really making them look foolish. They're the ones perpetrating fake news. Anyway, I hope the mainstream media can stop pushing their silly conspiracy theory. It's pretty dangerous if it wasn't so transparent and ridiculous. Putin interfering with everything. Trump is under his control. Assange is a puppet of Putin. Everybody in the independent media who's, saying this is ridiculous is, of course, on the payroll of the Kremlin somehow. But anyway, it's almost over. Less than a couple weeks away before Trump takes office, and hopefully we can get to some new level of sanity. With the establishment hopefully out of the way, and this corrupt military-industrial complex that keeps trying to push us into war for profit, control, what have you. Another story for another day, but thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Peace, love, all that good stuff. I'm out.